Hey there everybody, and Johnny T here, and today we're going to fix my fake Omega Planet Ocean 600 meter watch. I think this is a reference 2218.50, or at least that's what it's copying. There's a lot wrong with this watch. I got it in a lot of watches for like 20 bucks, so I knew immediately that it was fake. This is a curiosity piece. You'll notice it's got some issues right off the bat, but you also notice that it's actually not automatic. A lot of fake watches these days use automatic movements, and I think a replica like this is probably, I mean, somebody probably paid close to $100 for it, maybe, and the build quality is not great at all. So you'll see in the corner over here, we got several indices that have come off. This happened during shipping. So, yeah, a really good indicator that we're working with something of very low quality. Also, this bezel is, look at the play in this. Yeah. And also, this isn't a real chronograph. I don't know what the heck these pushers actually do, but yeah, it's not a chronograph. I don't know what these are doing. This one on the dial at the very end is a 24-hour indicator, and that runs the way it's supposed to. I don't know what these other two do though. It's kind of weird. So I'm going to take this apart and fix these indices. The finishing on this is horrible. It's scratchy. Like, I think they used a very high grit, or no, a low grit sandpaper, because these feel like deep grooves. Also, this is a pathetic attempt at replicating the case back. It looks terrible. It's just absolutely terrible. Somebody wore this watch a lot, actually. The person I got it from actually wore it, which is kind of interesting to me, because most people don't wear these. I think a lot of, well, I guess everybody who buys one wants to wear it, right? I don't wear these kinds of watches. I buy them because they're interesting to me, and I think it's fascinating that they're putting mechanical movements in these fake watches now, because they all used to be quartz for a very long time. That used to be a thing, because I remember, man, I was talking to an older gentleman about fake watches, and he was like, "Oh yeah, you know how to tell if a Rolex is fake?" And I said, "I've heard this one, but how?" And he goes, "Well, the hand ticks like this, you know, it ticks like a quartz watch." And I said, "That is not how it is anymore, man. Like, there's loads of fake Rolexes out there that use mechanical movements, so don't go off of that anymore." And he seemed a little surprised about that. So I guess he hasn't been looking for fake watches, or yeah, for Rolex in a while, I suppose, on the used market anyways. I have no idea what movement this is. None of these movements are ever marked anywhere, so your guess is as good as mine. I'm sure if I went on to some replica forums, I would be able to identify this movement. It is running. I have no idea how well it runs. I'd have to wind it up more to find out, but that's kind of interesting. To get a watch that looks like this, that has mechanical movement, I guess that's the appeal, is it not? So how do we get this crown out? I see a button right here. That's it. Okay, so the way to remove the crown on this particular movement is this button right here. Push that down. When the crown is in position, what was that? Position 2. Position 2. All the way out. And that'll pull your crown out. And, ooh man, look at that. It's got Omega signed crown. Wowzers. You know, that's a good one. Okay. Cool. It's got Quantumov Solus 7. I think it's a 007 watch, is it not? I don't know. I never was big into James Bond, to be honest. I always thought it was really corny. Like, James Bond is... he's like a man's man, but like... I don't know. I was never really a fan of James Bond. So... okay. We have... well, let's just dump them all. So we've got the one for the bottom. Yeah, one for the bottom, one for 3 o'clock, and then one for 2 o'clock. And they have these little pegs on them. They're not easy to see, but they have little pegs, and the little pegs go into the little holes on the movement right here. So I guess that's all I have to do. I'm gonna use some glue, and the glue I'm using is not great. I'm supposed to dampen it first, but it's also designed for bigger jobs than this, so I don't know how well it's going to work. So what I'm going to do is I'm using Gorilla Glue. It says damp it. I'm not going to do that. May or may not be a mistake. I don't really care. This watch is worthless. Nobody's going to buy it. Or I can't sell it because that would be illegal. You can't sell replica watches. It's against the law. And then I'm sure you guys are going to wonder, like, how did I get this watch? Some people still sell their stuff even though they're not supposed to. Let's just put it that way. Okay. So I put a very small drop. Oh, this stuff's really coming out now. Great. Love how that works. I always feel like I waste so much of this kind of stuff. Okay, where's the cap? Where did I put the cap? Ah, here it is. Okay. I gotta act quicker. So I put a little drop on here. Right there. And all we're gonna do is just grab the indice, drop it on, hopefully get it in without smearing everything on the watch face. That would be nice. There we go. And guess what? You can see just a little bit of glue splash out on the sides. Right there. So I need to use even less next time. Whoops! Well, this is I mean, this is a great watch to practice on. It's not like it's not like it's a valuable watch, right? So here's what I can probably do, maybe. I might be able to kind of even it out, I guess. That actually looks really not good. I mean, you got to get really close and up. You got to get up and close to it to see how bad that looks. But I think it's acceptable. Would I do that to an antique Rolex case or what Rolex face? Probably not. Absolutely not. That is not what you do. I'm sure there's a very, 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 very proper and correct way to do this with a more expensive watch, and it is not what I am doing. So don't try this at home, I guess. So I'm just gonna get a little more. I'm gonna get a very small amount this time, I think. Okay. This stuff is gonna just gush out because that's what it does. Welcome to glue. Okay, so now I'm gonna put a. I just have like a very small amount on here, and I'm just. It's still probably too much. Put some right there. Put some right there. It's way too much. So this glue is too. It's not viscous enough. Is the problem. It's yeah, it's not viscous enough. If anybody has any idea what kind of glue I should be using, please let me know in the comments. I would really appreciate that. And I'm sure one of you guys, one of you watchmakers, will tell me what to do there. I would, yeah, be grateful. The smaller ones are a bit more challenging. I'm getting this on camera, right? There we go. And there is so much glue everywhere on that now. Good job, John. You are giving this watch more character. That's one way to put it. This is not how you do this at all. Here we go. I don't know, it's not that bad, I guess. I'm not a perfectionist, am I? Obviously not. I wouldn't have done this if I was. So that's one of them. You can see the glue everywhere. This is such a terrible fake. I don't think anybody's gonna care. I'm not selling it anyway, so it doesn't matter. This was the worst one, the 6. I got glue all over the dial. Maybe I should have put the glue on the indice and between the pegs. That way the glue wouldn't have smeared everywhere. That's using your brain, John. Any watchmakers out there, please let me know what the heck I'm supposed to do next time. And I don't even remember which one of these long ones was off now. I actually guess I did a better job than I thought, because I can't tell. Wow, yeah, I can't tell which one of these long ones I replaced. Interesting. Huh. Wow. Alright, cool. Must have dried pretty well. But you know, once I get this movement back in from afar, like you will never know that this stuff's glued in the way it is. Look at how nasty this case back is. Oh geez, some people pay money for these, a lot of money. It's crazy. There's crap in it too. I gotta blow it out. But yeah, I guess this is one way to do it, everyone. Is it the right way? Probably not. So I'll probably end up calling this a failure. Although I did get him back on, so you know, it's not a total failure, but I still have no idea what these pushers do. I'm gonna have to look into it. Do we put the crown in and then the... Yeah, that's fine. So sometimes you have to... This spacer's got to be back in order for this to work properly. I'm thinking. Okay. Uh-oh. Yep, this is one of those. So I'm pretty sure I'm supposed to push this button and push the crown, and you see that this it started running. Wow, that felt horrible. Oh my goodness. And look at how shallow these threads are. Like, what? I wonder what the actual water resistance is on this. Where's my pusher? Here it is. Cool. Yeah, this is, I'm crossing the threads right now. It's so scratchy. And shallow and just terribly made. Wow, and I can't... Man, ugh. I wouldn't. I don't think any amount of money is worth it for these kinds of watches. I mean, the $20 I paid for the entire lot, it's probably not worth it. Yeah, you can't. I mean, I messed up the 6 o'clock indice. Like, it's got... I think I did anyways. I don't know. Maybe it came like that. forgot to blow this out too, but I don't see any debris in there. Yeah, you know what? Well, once it's in, you know, you can't really tell that I've glued these back down. But I think I messed up that 6 o'clock indus. I think I scraped it, putting it back in with those tweezers. I think I scraped some of the loom, scraped some of the finish, unfortunately. So, whoopsie. Well, if somebody knows a proper glue to use for this kind of thing, please let me know. I would love to get my hands on it. And if there's like some kind of an applicator, please let me know, because this can't be the way to do it. I guess if you're in a pinch, it works, but cool. Alright, my fake Omega is working. Whoop-de-doo. Okay. Oh, it also has this bracelet. I forgot to talk about that. Bracelet. Okay. It's pretty meh. It's scratchy. It's sharp. It's cheap. This is a $4,000 watch, I think. A $4,000 watch. I don't know if it uses this type of bracelet. I highly doubt it does. It's got these crazy looking pins in the center, which is weird. Never seen that before. But alrighty, well, I think that's all I got. So I'm gonna time this watch and just see how well this movement runs. I'm just curious. So what do you think is a fair price for a watch like this? Like, I know it's fake and I know you shouldn't buy it, but people do. And I'm curious what, like, in this condition, what would you have paid for it? And I know there's this whole like, hey, fake watch, fake person. I'm not a fake person. I don't wear these to impress anybody. They're more of a curiosity than anything. Like, also I learn a lot because I know what to look for in fake watches. So when I do buy a real watch, I'm highly skeptical, first of all, because I know there's a ton of fakes out there. And for learning purposes, I think these are fine. If I wanted to wear it inside, just to kind of feel like I'm wearing Omega, I don't know. I mean, for $20 for a lot of 4 of them, this is one of 4. Can you really go wrong there? I know it's a low quality POS. Like, it's obvious that this thing sucks. But for the amount of money I paid, I'm kind of okay with it. But I'm curious, what amount of money would you guys pay for this? A lot of you are going to say none because you're not fake. That's fair.